Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time of stopping by. Hello, you're highly welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel, join the growing family. So today's video, to my old subscribers, I say thank you. You guys know I appreciate you guys, right? So in today's video, we'll be making this lovely style for our princesses, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch to the end, and I'll see you at the end of the video. So for this style, we'll be starting by cutting our fabric, and my fabric is folded into four, and I have extra 1 inch at the end for my zipper allowance. I'm just marking my shoulder line, a straight line for my shoulder line, and my measurement is going to be starting from the center for front where I just touched, and not from the zipper allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I'm going to mark which is 12 inches divided by 2, and that 6 is what I'm going to go down with for my armhole depth. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease, and then plus 2 inches or 1.5 inches for allowance, for station allowance. Remember, the star is not a fitted gown, that's why I added 1 inch for ease, and I connected the line for my armhole. I made the curve for my armhole. And for the length of this gown, because it has pleats at the down part of it, I'm going to deduct 6 inches from the total length, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark the length plus 1 inch allowance for the joining of the shoulder and of the plate, and then I'll make a line there to connect it. Then I'm going to slant from my bust measurement all the way down to where the it ends. And the next thing I'm going to do is to take my shoulder slope, which is 1 inches. Then for my neckline, I did 3 inches for the length, and then 2.5 inches for the width. And then I made a curve to give it a round neck. Then I'll connect the 1 inch shoulder slope that I made earlier to the neckline. Then for the back neckline, because I'm going to cut that one first before cutting the front one. For the back neckline, I went down by 1 inch, and the width is the same with the front neckline, so I'm going to connect it to the front one. So while cutting, I'm going to cut the back one first, then separate it before cutting the front neckline. And that's all for the cutting, I believe. Hope you are enjoying this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, if you haven't subscribed. Do not leave today without subscribing. Thank you very much for hitting on that subscribe button. Don't forget to share my videos too. Thank you very much for all your support. So I'm going to go ahead, separate the back, and then cut my front neck line. So for the plate, I'm going to go down. Remember, we deducted 6 inches from this, so I marked at 6 inches plus 2 inches allowance for joining, for the folding of the rough edges, and then joining of the plates to the bodies. So I'm going to mark this straight to where the fabric stops, and I went ahead to use this to duplicate to get another of these. So this is it after cutting. I have 2 of the fabric I'm going to use to do it, to make the plate, and then I have the bodies. So going to the sewing tutorial, the first thing I'm going to do is to arrange the two bodies together, the back to the front, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch down the shoulder, the two shoulders. And this is it after I was done stitching it down. The next thing I'm going to do is to pipe the neckline with my fabric bias. If you have your bias already made bias, you can use it. So I'm going to first of all stitch the first place I just pinned, and then fold it in, first a fold and then second fold, and then stitch it down. And I did the same thing for the armhole. um for the armhole So the next thing I'm going to do is to arrange this well, the front and the back. You can as well at this point take out your zipper allowance, that like I've been doing in my videos. If you watch up my other videos, you see it. Or you can adjust, you can not as well go on to stitch the suit at the side with your allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut the cap armhole. And for this I folded my fabric into four, and this depending on how long you want it. For this down part where I am now is how long you want the one that will be at the shoulder place to be, and the one by the left side where I'm just measuring now is how long you want the sleeve to be. So I marked at 6 inches because I wanted it to be a bit long, though at the end of the day I'm still thinking of reducing it because I think it was longer than I wanted it to, though I haven't reduced it sha. But I'm still thinking. So I went ahead to cut this into two. In fact, I cut it, this I is into four. I have four of this. I'm going to be using two of it for my bow. So this is the second one for my bow. I added my gum gum on it. And for the measurement, for those that want to know, is 13 by 13, just like I did at the other one. So I'm going to stitch this down, leave a little space to turn it inside out, just like I did on this one. I stitched it down, then left a little space to turn it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is to notch this all around because it's a semicircle, to release the tension, and then turn it inside out. And also I'm going to do the same thing for this side. For the bow, I've already gone ahead to stitch it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to notch this all around. I'm going to go ahead and then turn this inside out, just like I did to the cap, to the sleeve. After turning this in, I'm going to go ahead and then close the remaining opening, fold it in, and then stitch it down. Then go ahead to iron this. So this is it. After stitching it down, I'm going to go ahead and then make gather at the center. I'm just trying to get the center, fold it into two and get the center. Then I'm going to make a big gather on this with my hand needle, just like I am doing. Then next thing I'm going to do is to mix a fabric that I'm going to use to cover the rough edges. And for this, I'm going to stitch it at the one side and then turn it inside out. And for the bodies, to attach the sleeve, the place straight is where is where I'm going to place at the shoulder line. And I'm measured about, when doing this video, I measured about 2.5 to 3 inches, and then I went up. But while I wanted to stitch it, I discovered that it's going to be lower than I wanted it, so I placed the sleeve at about 4 inches, and then pin this down towards the shoulder, and I will do the same thing for the other side. Then the remaining excess at the shoulder line, I'm going to stitch it, eh, fold it in at the shoulder. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Just like you want to stitch a balloon sleeve, that's exactly how to do it. So this fabric, I've already turned it inside out. I'm going to go ahead and then hold it like this, stitch it down and cut off the excess, and then turn it inside out. Then for the plate part, for the first thing I'm doing is to fold the rough edges, stitch it down. And remember, I have two of it, so the first thing I'm going to do first before turning it is just join the two fabric together, then turn the rough edges. So this is the sleeve after attaching it. This is where I was telling you that it looks long, and if you prefer it like this, you can just leave it like that. Or while cutting, since I've already told you guys that I feel it's long, you can reduce your measurement like to like 4 inches or so. Then I'm going to go ahead and then cut the rough edges, the remaining part of this fabric, and then turn it inside out. So I was done stitching the rough edges of the plate fabric. The next thing I'm going to do is to, okay, I didn't show it in this video. What I did is to get the center of the fabric and then get the center of the body, pin that together so that you have a uniform number of inches of fabric on one side. Then I'm going to go ahead and then plait it just like I'm showing you guys on this video. Your plate is going to be as wide as or as narrow as your fabric can as contain or accept. And this is it after I was done stitching the place down. The next thing I'm going to do is to attach this bow at the shoulder part. You are going to use your hand needle to attach it, and then close up the zipper area and then attach the zip. And that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Please, you will to really help my channel, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And I will share my videos too, please. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.